So, we're back from the VGC guide, and this time we are looking at Cresselia. I'm not sure why 4 generations later Cresselia deserved a nerf, but we'll take it. It's got 10 less defenses than it had in the previous generation, so that's going to make it a little bit more manageable, which is quite nice, because it has got a bit stronger in this generation because of its new another signature attack. I was going to say only signature attack, but it's got Lunar Dance as well. But Lunar Blessing, it's basically jungle healing. Like, it's the same thing that Zarude had. It's life do, but also heal status. So, very, very nice. It's going to be very strong on Cresselia. You'll see it on a lot of them. The debate is Lunar Blessing or Moonlight. Lunar Blessing is almost certainly going to be better because it's going to help out the rest of your team as well. But yeah, Cresselia can still do what it has done in previous generations. It can be a Trick Room setter for sure, but this is just an alternative that is available now that terrestrialization is the thing. So when you turn into an electric type with Levitate, you've got no weaknesses. So the fact that you've got a Pokemon this bulky with no weaknesses that can boost up its special defense, it's going to be very hard to take down. So because you can do that, you want to make use of the Bolt Beam coverage. You can go for Thunderbolt, which turns into Stab, and then Ice Beam is perfect coverage with the Thunderbolt. And then you obviously have some sort of healing, whether that is Lunar Blessing or Moonlight. If you're going with the Carmine set, Moonlight is much more justifiable because you can turn Cresselia into the win condition where they just can't KO it. But Lunar Blessing is going to be able to help out the rest of the party. So either Lunar Blessing or Moonlight on this set, perfectly fine. Leftovers or Citrus Berry, either is fine. Because you have access to some sort of recovery, you don't necessarily need the leftovers because the Citrus Berry is a one-time thing. And if you go for that, then once that's used, you don't heal anymore. But when you've got healing yourself, whether it's Recover or whatever it is, then Leftovers is a little bit more... Citrus Berry is a little bit more justifiable, but Leftovers is still perfectly fine. You want to go pretty much max special attack because of diminishing returns. If you're investing into your defenses, they're already so high, your special attack is not, so you want to be investing into that instead, so that you can do as much damage as possible with the Carmines. Of course, you can drop your HP a little bit, like this is just dumped HP, just basically max special attack. I'm pretty sure the special attack was so that a Psychic can KO an Urshifu. I'm pretty sure that's not that. Yeah, the other set. So Psychic Moonblast is an alternative for the Carmines, but then it's just a speed creep war between your Cresselias. So do you want to be dropping your HP a bit because you're going to be boosting up your defenses with Carmines? That'd be perfectly fine. And again, speed creep war between Cresselias could happen. But yeah, this is the alternative Carmine set. Psychic Moonblast is perfectly fine coverage as well. Not going to be able to hit steals, just keep that in mind, but you may not necessarily need to because you're going to be boosting up anyway. So yeah, Fairy means that you're going to be a good defensive type for the Psychic, so Dark types can't hit you super effectively anymore, and then you get Stab on top of your Moonblast. So you basically get double Stab here, you only get one Stab here, so Ice Beam is just coverage rather than Stab. This is slightly better just overall damage output because of the getting effectively double Stab, but this is better coverage because this doesn't hit Steel types, so just keep that in mind. Either is fine, and one may be better, slightly better for your team. So here is a Trick Room setter moveset. So Ice Beam is all you need. Like, you can go Psychic, but then you don't hit Dark types. You only really need one attacking move. You can go Moonblast, so you can hit Dark types, but Ice Beam is just generally better overall. And then you just go for the Trick Room setup. Helping Hand, so that you can actually help do some damage as well, because you're going to be investing into your defenses a lot more than your special attack. Then Helping Hand is going to be able to allow Cresselia to do some damage. The defense here is basically necessary to try and survive a Choice Banded Wicked Blow from Urshifu as much as you can. I think it's an 18% chance to KO you with this much, so not bad at all. Like, that's way in your favour to survive, which is pretty good. And then, of course, you've got the Lunar Blessing to help out the rest of your party as well. So here are a couple of other good moves on Cresselia. It's not a recommended moveset, it's just other good moves that can be put on Cresselia. So Moonlight, like I mentioned, Moonlight or Lunar Blessing. Either is fine. Skill swap I've seen already, like we've seen it in previous generations, to put Levitate onto a Pokemon, probably most notably Heatran, but also you can skill swap away the guts from an Ursaluna, is what I've been seeing a little bit. So it does reduce its attack a little bit, but you still get the Facade 140 base power, so it's kind of like an Intimidate to Ursalunas. It keeps them in check a little bit, but it's not as effective as just taking away the the damage output from the Facade because it still goes through. At least it reduced the damage output of the ground type attacks. So Thunder Wave is good speed control, Icy Wind is good speed control. You can definitely put Icy Wind over Ice Beam on this moveset. That would be perfectly reasonable as well to help out the rest of the team. You're just not doing as much damage with the Icy Winds. Like, for example, the Ice Beam from Cresselia here can just Oko Landorus, whereas Icy Wind would need a boost or two. So something to keep in mind, even though this has good utility as well, perfectly justifiable over the Ice Beam, especially if Thunderbolt is your main attacking move anyway. And yeah, Cresselia is going to be basically doing what it's done in previous generations. Either be a super bulky Trick Room setter that's just not going to be KO'd, maybe a faster speed control, like Icy Wind and Thunderwave has been seen in previous generations, or just Calm Mind and not be KO'd. And the fact that it can just tear it into something with no weaknesses, that is going to be very strong for Cresselia, even if it has been nerfed just a little bit.